Hello, 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 hello. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my channel. All right, so I'm gonna do this reading real quick, y'all. I'm gonna do this general reading, and then I gotta let my device charge up, and then I gotta do the life path readings again. Okay, so we'll see what we got going on out in the atmosphere. Some of the things it is that are currently going on right now, though, y'all, for real, is the like I said, Neptune retrograde, Uranus retrograde, Jupiter retrograde. Now, one of the things it is that comes into place with it, right, with all these retrogrades and stuff, I was trying to figure out exactly how I was going to do it because if you have in either one of these, Jupiter, Neptune, or Uranus, if you have a reactionary sign, is going to be different than if you have a fixed sign or even a mutable sign, right? Because things will come as a reaction, right? All right. So, of course, not all readings are going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. That is okay. That simply means this reading isn't for you. All right. And if it don't fit, don't force it. If it does, don't ignore it. Now, ultimately, I'm just going to read the essence, see exactly what it is that goes on. If we have any signs that come out, it doesn't necessarily have to be that sign, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be that sign, but it could be what that sign would mean, right? So I'm gonna kick it off with the Kipper deck, and then we gonna flow Starman Tarot. Then we gonna see exactly what else we got going on, y'all. Okay, okay. But yeah, I'm hoping everybody's doing okay. I really hope you guys are doing all right, having a good day. Happy Thursday, happy Jupiter, right? Happy Jupiter. See what we got going on. All right, we got child, main male, right? 181. So this is giving some new beginnings for the main male. All right, within there being unexpected income and being in the thief. Some of this is giving unexpected income, the unexpected income being stolen, taken. It's also giving the name Rob, Bobby, um, along the pathway. Along the pathway. The beginning of the main male's unexpected income being stolen, being taken in the community, in the pathway to the community. This is also giving it, it'll be a child of the main male, and the unexpected, and that income being taken, like it being taken from a kid. No, you know what I'm hearing in this regard, it's about the whole take. It's like taking candy from a baby. Y'all ain't shit. I've done this reading before. I've done this reading before. I did this reading, I want to say about 2, 3 years ago. I'm hearing four. Okay, so if I've done this reading 4 years ago, that means that notes should have been taken so that the reading doesn't have to keep coming into place over and over and over and over. This is part of the issue that comes into place with loop spells. I was talking to Money Bear about this. But with loop spells, you'll do the exact same thing. This is the reason why you shouldn't fuck with, say whatever you have to. You shouldn't fuck with man for anything to manifest the way that it's supposed to. You really, really don't. And where the problem that lies in regards to this is it does become theft along the pathway, and you start stealing from the community it is that we're talking about, right? But okay, what else? All right, so this is the horizons, right? So in regards to this thief or courtship, right? On a long, yeah, and it not being a message of concern within this whole thief and all this other stuff. Yeah, because the thief it could be talking about a person named Rob, Bobby, um, Bob. Oh my goodness, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell am I picking up on? Oh my god. What are you guys doing? What the fuck are you doing? Right? But with the whole part time aspect, that will come into place with this, right? Distant horizons and mature male. And sure, somebody it'll be about a mature distant horizons situation is talking about someone who will be either far. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that can. Okay, privileged lady is the overall essence of it. Okay, so ultimately, right, with the unexpected income and then there being one not being imprisoned in despair. What this is given is um stealing the sadness, taking away one's sadness, the theft of sadness. Let me yeah, let me go ahead and say this, right? Because a person, that's part of the manipulation portion that kept being missed, right? How a person would it does constitute as a manipulation if a person is accustomed to being sad and you make them happy, where people are always, it's theft. It's like how you gonna take, yeah, how you gonna take that person's sadness away from them? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make them sad. I want them sad. How you gonna make them happy when I want them sad, right? And that does constitute as manipulation. So I don't know what that's gonna be about, but you know. So in any event, the other portion of it being the message of concern and yeah, what the incoming aspect of it will be the despair's imprisonment. Six of Pentacles, reciprocation. I'm using the Star Seed Tarot, y'all. Six of Pentacles, so reciprocation over the course of 6 years. A couple other things it is that will be going on in regards to the health and organization of one's finances. And yeah, if you watch it for business, then that'll be definitely at least 6 million. I'm just saying that's the at least with the in regards to love or just interpersonal situations. It'll be about what goes on in regards to reciprocation with them being a spiritual connection, and some of it is about spiritual connections, but the other portion of it is going to be about having that how one's feelings would be organized or having a healthy feeling. Yeah, I heard feeling good about something. Yeah, how you feel good about it. A person will feel good about some things. Now, with this overall essence of this privileged lady and there being this new beginning with a main male and the unexpected income, the main male's unexpected income will be about reciprocation. It will be about reciprocation and what will go on over the course of 6 years in regards to the incoming passion, new beginning. Some of this stuff is going to be about what it was that would have taken place last week with the King of Pentacles and how King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn wouldn't have had a passion in the beginning. That's that part. The other portion of it will be about in this Starman aspect. Star seeds don't do things the way that, and I don't care which star seed it is we're talking about. I don't care if we're talking about celebrities. I don't care if you're talking about like actual celestial beings. When I say star seeds, because that's what this David Bowie deck really highlights. They don't do things the same way as other people would do them. They can't do it the same way as other people would. Yeah, because of paparazzi and all this other shit it is that would be going on. But this King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, um, I'm hearing Sun, Moon, Horizon, not having a passion in the beginning, but it was some work, some spell work that was being done. That's why I keep telling y'all, stop out. Nah, oh my goodness. Five of Cups and one not being disappointed the month of May. Some of this stuff it was that happened took place last week in regards to some reciprocation that was supposed to go on, and one not having an expansion with the one not having an expansion in regards to this new beginning, right? The beginning with the main male and unexpected income. It would have been with this child, whether it be about having a child or a child being fruitful. Now, because it's giving child labor, it's given what constitutes as child labor, right? 3 years ago. Child labor laws, and the Third Amendment is what some of this stuff is. Seriously, y'all. Yeah, and how it's different when you're working with the family. That's interesting. The other portion of it is her say whatever you have to. It was something that kind of came up, and I was like, okay, none of that is making sense. Yeah, how certain shit wouldn't make sense for it to be reviewed now, especially with the candle magic. It is that will be going on because when you're dealing with certain situations, or say whatever you have to. When you're dealing with certain situations, I personally like I'm one of those type of people. If I feel that it's necessary to say something about a situation, listen to that whole phrase. The part of it. Listen to the whole thing. If I feel it's necessary to say something, I will say something. Not everything you feel needs to be said has to be said. Sometimes, and I take my own guidance in it, I shut the fuck up. Everything don't have to be addressed all the damn time. Sometimes it's good just to be quiet and pay attention because you have to see if you're biased about the situation or not, right? So in that regard, understanding what child labor law in this regard, it'll be about some child labor, actual child labor laws. This isn't going to be about just the names and all this other shit. Okay, yeah. Some for some people it might be the name Frank. How frank are you with it? Frank. It'll be about like hot dogs, Franks, Francis would be another name that'll come into place with it. I'm hearing, oh my God, why didn't I just pay attention? Okay, so when it's all said and done, this is what happens in the mind of those people who like repeating stuff. And the reason why they would like repeating something is one thing if you know you don't have a grip on a situation and you repeat because of individualized attention. That's the reason why I tell people get your own personal touch of clarity with my readings. I tell people that on a very regular basis. Get your own personal touch of clarity because your spirits, right? If we're going to incorporate laughter with what it is that will be going on with one's kidneys, organs being donated, all of this other stuff, right? So that's why I tell people get your own personal touch of clarity with these varying situations because when you don't get your own personal touch of clarity, the first thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna jump off of the Tiberius, you're gonna take a Tiberius leap off of the motherfucking cliff of conclusions, and you're not gonna know exactly what will be going on because you're too busy trying to get the reciprocal or the manifestation from the reading, and you're not going to get the understanding of it on every level. That's part of the reason why I don't do readings a whole lot because I know not only for me, but it takes time for it to manifest on every vibration. Okay? Yeah, because you can watch it basically boils down to you can watch a reading from like 2, 3 years ago, and when you shift vibrations, if you shift vibrations, that same reading will come back into place, but it'll come into place as a high vibration. For instance, you'll get one when you first read it or when you first listen to the reading. If you're in survival, right, survival mode, and you'll see six pennies, right, and that'll be the first portion of it, right? Say for instance you raise your vibration. Well, now this Six of Pentacles is gonna turn into now you have a little bit more uh healthy forms of yeah, six different seeds will start sprouting for when it'll be that $6 million at the highest vibration. But that's only if you raise your vibrations to that level. Part one. Part two, when you're dealing, it's going to depend on what happens when you're dealing with a lot of different people, period, and they're not on the same vibration as you. So you got to pay that some attention. Okay, y'all, please pay that some attention. That's why I say get your own personal touch of clarity in regards to situations, because if you don't get your own personal touch of clarity, this is what can happen. Her, go ahead and say whatever you have to. No, because in regards to this, something that keeps coming up, and it's been in a lot of different readings. And with some people, I have to actually watch the reading. Others, I could tell based out of the way that their cards are laid out. Child support. The biggest issue that comes into place with child support, and how a person and how things would get manipulated in regards to this whole King of Pentacles, right? every every King of Pentacles ain't going isn't necessarily a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of the King of Pentacles are going to be in Uranus, Jupiter, or Neptune. And depending on what it is that they will have going on, and yeah, because this other portion of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is you got Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and we're in the portion right now where Pisces and Virgo, Scorpio and Taurus essence can go into Virgo essence extremely easily, real easy, with no problem, because Scorpio realistically is the lower vibration for Virgo, while Taurus would be a higher vibration for Virgo. That's the whole mutable madness aspect that comes into place. What about Cancer? Cancer has a tendency to do its own little thing, because Cancer can shift into Taurus essence, but it has a tendency, it can shift into Taurus essence when it has certain placements. However, with Cancer, what has a tendency more so to happen is that it shifts over into Aquarius. And within it shifting over into Aquarius essence, that be the problem that it'll have, because it'll be about what it is it would have paid attention to and what it is that it feels, and it'll show mother wounds. It'll show more than just some damn mother wounds. It'll show because since Aquarius is the way that it is, and I don't get me wrong, I love my Aquarians. I promise you, I do. Hey, Aquas, gang, gang, I love y'all. I can say that because I know enough about myself. You hear me? In any event, um, in the Aquarius aspect, because Aquariuses don't like being wrong. They hate being wrong. And not only do they hate being wrong, they don't like being boxed in a whole lot. So there's that portion. But more up to date, what I've seen a lot is Cancer essence going into more of an Aquarian essence, but not having a full on understanding of what Aquarius essence is. In short, people trying to shift their essences, and they're not giving themselves time to really examine who they are when they are in that essence. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, with the whole child support situation and all of that keep going on, I find it really funny that y'all think that y'all men, but y'all don't want to take care of y'all kids. Y'all don't want to pay child support. No, I'm serious. This isn't me trying. Yeah, you don't want to do what's necessary for the babies. For instance, this is what I heard. You could use me as an example. Okay, well, some people that I have encountered, right, and it's an admirable quality, because it's their child, they'll buy a house and make sure the bills are paid where their child is, even if they not with that person. That's what you supposed to fucking do any damn way. This is the reason why I can't stand Hebrew Israelites, and I don't really like Muslim men too much, because the way that they are now, they not even acting in a traditional aspect. How you gonna have 4 or 5 bitches, but you can't take care of 4 or 5 bitches? You can't put them up in the house. You can't give them no money. You just want to be able to have something to stick your dick in, and you want to be able to wear certain colors. That's bullshit. Cause she still has to take care of herself, and she still has other shit it is that she's supposed to fucking do. And the bare minimum for having a child is making sure that they have a roof over their head, clothes on their back, food in their stomach. And if you're not going to be there on a regular basis, you at least have to be able to provide the finances in order to do so. So when I personally see that happening, then I turn around and I hear like, yeah, even on the energetic sense, when I do finally tap in, a whole bunch of people bitching and moaning about it. It's like, girl, if you don't shut the fuck up, shut your ass up. You just want total and unnecessary fucking control over a situation. With certain situations, me personally, I feel like I'm a good baby mama. I do. Because it's one of those, I don't give a fuck who you fucking. I just need help with these kids. And motherfuckers don't want to help with the kids because they mad at you because you don't want to give them no pussy. That's what happened with me. That's what happened with me. Oh, bitch, I'm finna ruin your motherfucking life. And every nigga afterward decided they wanted to ruin my fucking life with whatever the fuck it is that was going on. Okay? Or they would have been in the process of attempting to or actually ruining my life and I overcame it. So they feel like now, yeah, even with my business, with light work and light work, they feel like, oh, okay, well, shit, since I'm doing what I'm doing, you gonna have to bow down to me. Motherfucker, you ain't giving me shit to bow down to. You're not running me no motherfucking money. You talking shit behind my back. You telling lies on me left and fucking right. And the kids it is that you have, you trying to take them away from me just so you can turn them against me, just so you can do what? You can't even afford the motherfuckers you already got in your face because of the shit it is that you're dealing with. In short, you a motherfucker on that Scorpion Virgo axis. Virgos, a lot of the shit it is that y'all finna have to deal with is all the fucking unnecessary ass pain you cause due to your overinflated ego. That's really what it's gonna be about for y'all. Y'all finna catch hell. Cause I know a lot of Virgos the one, yeah, Virgo essence, the mutable madness that comes into place with Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, right? That I'm noticing that y'all finna have issues with is having an overinflated ego, right? Y'all, when from what I've noticed, a lot of times what happens is when a person encourages you, you'll take that. Yeah, they don't know how to balance themselves out. They don't. They really, really don't. They don't know how to check themselves. So a lot of times I be seeing in the mutable madness portion that you gotta. That's where the ass whippings come into play. The universal portions. That's why I personally be like, oh my goodness, let me make sure I'm doing some shit right, or at least that I fix whatever it is that I would have broken, right? But yeah, oh my goodness, where is all this? Okay, but yeah, for the most part, and y'all like to lie a lot. You know what the truth is, and you know what the truth isn't. And I know every placement of every person that I laid down with. That's the other problem that comes into place with it. When a person knows you better than you know you, and they try to think, oh well, I know her better than she know herself, and it's one of those you don't know none of the shit you think you do. You think you know, but that's because you're trying to be controlling, and the only person that you're supposed to have control over is your damn self. That's the only person you're supposed to have control over is your damn self. Nobody else. And I noticed that over the years, for her, go ahead and say what you have to. For the past over fucking 20 years, I done been dealing with it's not necessarily even dealing with the same demon, quote unquote. It's more so dealing with the same narcissistic, inconsiderate, disrespectful, sleazy, slithering, snaky ass attitude. I have a penis, so I'm supposed to be in charge. If you're supposed to be in charge, that means in regards to my situations, and this is part of the reason why whatever God guys got going on for me, it's just one of those. Okay, I know I was right in these situations. Every time that I got snaked, it was by with the situation with child support. It was because he had a private conversation with that judge, Catherine Fowler, and she acknowledged that in open court. If it's stricken from the record, I can show up and I can tell you I don't have a problem with facing it, none whatsoever. And it was because he felt some type of way because I reminded him when it was me, him, and Margaret Murphy, and there was another man in that room. I reminded him, I said, how was Idaho? In short, you're married. You can't determine what I got going on in my life and everything I'm doing to take care of the kids that you deserted because you're married. You can't say you want me when you laid up with somebody else. That's not me saying it. That's what God said. And you up here trying to verify and make it okay with Deuteronomical law. And according to Deuteronomical law, you still wrong. Because you didn't even pay for what it is you did do beforehand. So in any event, let me get back to this reading because y'all gonna put me on a grandstand, right? So with the Empress, oh okay, the Empress and Princess of Swords, and ultimately with the Venus aspect, and if you have Venus in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, oh goodness, yeah, because with Gemini and Libra, they have a tendency to act the same because Gemini would need to collect all the information, and Libra is with Libra, unfortunately, in the unhealed state, it'll be about the good and bad, the sorting of it, right? In the healed state, everything is already sorted, everything is already taken care of, and everything is there's balance on what exactly needs to be done. It's the execution of it. It would be about the execution of it, right? And then in the Aquarian aspect, if you have it in Aquarius, it's one of those I'm seeing everything that's going on with everybody around me, and what can I do to make it better? So when you have Venus and that's and then the other portion of it is it being Friday collecting the information, or Friday's report. This is giving some stuff it is that would have taken place at a restaurant, at the different restaurants it is that y'all would have went through. And Eight of Pentacles, they're being worked. Eight of Pentacles over the course of 8 years, and they're being abundance. They're being an abundance in finances within the devil or within one's ambition. What constitutes as ambition? Now, because I'm hearing the song Crossroads. It's a lot of stuff that goes into place with the whole crossroads thing. Yeah, because some of it will be about with the crossroads aspect. First and foremost, right? I'm gonna go ahead and say this: the ancestors are not God, and a lot of times the ancestors you have to pay attention to what message is coming from or coming through. The ancestors ain't God. If the ancestor, yeah, and paying attention to like with some of the messages it is that I personally received, not even watching any readings or anything, but with some of the messages, it was that I was receiving. This one of those. I said no. I don't care if you were ancestor. I took care of you already. I did what I needed to in order for your family to progress. So if this person on this side in the living era ain't listening to you, ain't doing what's supposed to do, you now as an ancestor can say, you know what, you didn't even do what you were supposed to do for this person. You didn't do right by this person. I don't have to deliver a message for you. Part one, part two. I don't play them dang on games with the passed over relatives. I don't have a reason to. That's rude. They already dead. You don't want their afterlife to be fucked up too. Oh my god. No, because the other portion of it that will come into place with the ancestral portion of it is the initiating of forgiveness, so to speak, would have started with me going to the Catholics, right? Because Margaret Murphy, she was the one who went and ran her mouth a whole lot, and so did Catherine Fowler, basically telling people that I'm evil. And there is a clause under child support of if there's different religious backgrounds, and that's not, yeah, that is for extremist aspect. And it mess and where everybody got caught up in it in regards to me is because I study theology and anthropology. That's my assignment on this earth. So you're mad because I stood there, I understood my assignment, and you took everything from me. You stole from me. So much so to where I couldn't even feed my kids. I said what I said. Oh yeah, I'm cool with the Catholics portion now. To be honest with you, I was cool with them then. I understood. Here's the deal. Even in any religion, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with the people. I bullshit you not. I'm cool with the people because I understand that people are going to people, but according to the laws that are associated with that particular practice of that sector of religion, you still have to be held accountable. I can't, if you did something to me, I can't hold, yeah, I can't be upset or even try to fight for you when you're getting whatever you're getting because of what you did to me. I'm not going to save you for because you whooped my ass. No, that's crazy. I told y'all a long time ago, I'm not Jesus. Okay? I'm not Jesus. I'm not Buddha. I'm just me. I'm fit. Okay? And if we're gonna go back to not even Book of Enoch, if we're gonna go back to Emerald Tablets and the association that comes into place with it, and knowing, yeah, because even that reads like a Bible. People say, "Oh, you could read it a million times and get it." It's one of those. Stop it, because that's not the real ancestral knowledge that comes into place with that daggone with the Emerald Tablets. Stop playing. That's why I can't stand. Yeah, that's why I always have to pay attention to what my inner compass is, opposed to what somebody else wanted to be. In any event, within the asking for assistance being left out in the cold 2 years ago, and there being conflict. Yep, there being conflict in regards to one changing one's mind. In short, how a person continuously changing their mind. They always change their mind. Can't nobody deal with it. 1 minute you want to be there, 1 minute you don't. Yeah, a lot of it that is given is the whole cold, like chilly and all this other stuff. Oh, let me hurry up and get off here. I gotta go charge it up. Ultimately, what this reading is talking about the difference that comes into place with how a person would have asked for help 2 years ago, and it would have been conflicting, or would have caused conflict, the shift of emotions to change a person's mind. In short, how 2 years ago a person wouldn't have helped. It must be a whole bunch of stuff going on. Yeah. In short, it's the reveal of who helped with stuff and who didn't, who did what, when, and where. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's the matter of it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Or who did do it. Yeah, I just heard in how a person would be guilty of by association. Yeah, basically. But I hope that helps you guys out. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad because I've been wanting all of that negative stuff to come out in these different situations. But I hope that helps you guys out just a little bit. Gave you a tad information and stuff, a few different things that be going on. If you like, please, y'all start scheduling your own personal touches of clarity individually because y'all are honestly, you're really, really sick and you have polyps and things of that nature, and it's gonna require for you to get some actual shots, right? And things of that nature, so that you can heal and be better and go to the doctor and all this other stuff. All right, I can determine that kind of stuff, during the actual personal readings, but whatever. All right, light love to y'all. Okay, cause see, remember, light work, it ain't light work. It is not light work. It's not light work, and that's why you have to stay right while you work. Oh my goodness, these people are freaking crazy.